Friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Wolo. I want to say thank you to everyone who have subscribed to my channel. It's the 12 days to Christmas series and today is the 17th of December, so we have like 8 days to Christmas. Yes, it's 8 days left to Christmas, and I want to say thank you to everyone who have subscribed to my channel and have seen my videos and have shared my videos. If this is the first time you are seeing my videos, I want to say thank you and also request that you click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and also like this video so that I can get more people to see my content, because it's a free content. It's a free content I'm sharing on this channel where people are paying millions of money for. Yeah, so thank you so much for subscribing and also staying glued to this channel. And today's video has been requested for a long time, and I decided I would do this video today so that people can be aware of how it is like, and that is coming to Canada as a visitor and then applying for a work permit while in Canada and then applying for a permanent resident status after you've gotten your work permit. Now this pathway is not the easy pathway people think or imagine it to be, because getting a Canadian visitor's visa from places like Africa is not easy. For people living in Europe, Europeans who have European passports, yes, you can actually come to Canada as a visitor. You don't need a visa. You can stay in Canada for 3 months and all that, but if you intend to work in Canada, then you have to apply for a work permit. So this video is for people who have been asking me, how do I come to Canada as a visitor and then convert it to a work permit? I think the word converting is not the right word there, because you have to apply. It's not, you can't just convert, you just have to apply for a work permit after you have come to Canada, and then you must have gotten a job that is acceptable for you to get a work permit. I'll go into details. So to get a visitor's visa, you need 2 things. That especially for countries that do not have a free visiting visa agreement. And to apply for a visiting visa, you will need to have a sibling or a family member or a friend who will be willing to send you an invitation letter. Or you can also search for organizations, conferences, businesses, trade shows. If you're a career person, look for an organization that's in line with your career. And if they are organizing an event, a world event where people will have to gather in Canada, then you can also apply to attend that event. That way you'll be able to get a letter of invitation from the organization. If you're a business person, you can look for a business that is in line with your business in Canada. And if there is an event where they're inviting people, you can actually apply to attend that event, and then the business event will be able to send you a letter of invitation. Or if you are an entrepreneur or you're a business person as well, and you want to expand your business into Canada, you can actually contact a Canadian business person, discuss with the organization, and maybe send a proposal. You can actually tell them you would like to visit Canada. Maybe if it's a factory or something, you can actually tell them you would like to visit the factory, and the organization will send you a letter of invitation to come and see what the factory is like. So with the letter of invitation, you have a valid document that you will present to the embassy to visit Canada. If you want to visit Canada for tourism, Canada's tourism business is yet to develop fully. It's developing, but it's not as big as France and UK, where people come in every year to kind of visit and just do tourism. But of course, European countries, people who have European passports can actually visit Canada for tourism purpose without necessarily applying for any visa. Based on that, if you're applying for a visiting visa, you need to prove to the visa officers that you have a legitimate business or a legitimate employment back in your home country. You also need to prove to the visa officers that you do not plan to stay for more than 6 months in Canada, although they might give you a 4 years multiple visa, but your stay should not be more than 6 months in Canada. Secondly, you should also prove to the visa officers that you do not plan to enter the labor market in Canada. That's quite tricky. Yeah, it's very tricky, because if the intention is to get a visiting visa to enter the labor market, the rule says you should not have the intention or the plan to enter the labor market. But I'm going to talk about that shortly. I just want to lay out the steps so that you can see how you can go about getting into the labor market. Now, the third thing is your source of income, your business, everything about you should be from outside Canada. You should be able to show proof that all your income, your business, your career, your job, your life, your family, everything is outside of Canada and not in Canada. So it means that if you come as a visitor, you should have plans of going back to your home country. You should not have plans of staying in Canada. Then lastly, you should have enough documents to support your application. When I mean documents, you should have extensive documents, verifiable documents to show that you are a genuine applicant. You don't want to abuse the visiting visa application system, and you just want to visit Canada and go back. You don't have any intention of staying in Canada. Now, the question is, how do I now enter the labor market when I am a visitor in Canada? I'm going to talk about that shortly, but before I talk about that, I want to say this. The reason why people are trying to use this means is because they see express entry is very tough and it's not favorable for people who are above 30 years. Provincial nomination also is looking like it's becoming very tough, and the only means now is, okay, let me see if I can enter Canada as a visitor and see how I can wing it out. But of course, you know that getting a visitor's visa to Canada from Africa and from Asian countries is a very difficult thing. It's like a camel passing through the eye of a needle. It's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as waking up to say, oh, okay, I don't have the money in my account. I don't have money for express entry. I don't have money for this. I don't have money for that. I can't write IELTS. I can't evaluate my credential. I just want to come as a visitor and then I'll find my way out. I'll sort myself out. My dear, I am telling you the truth. It's not that easy to come to Canada as a visitor and look for a job. It is not easy. It will be, I'm not saying it to scare you, but I just want to tell you the truth and the reality of things. You can actually come as a visitor if you are successful in getting the visiting visa. There are occupations in Canada that can hire people, and then you can now use that as a means to apply for a work permit. If you have the intention of coming to Canada to search for a job, yes, it's good. You can actually come to search for a job.